Alain is rushed to the stadium's medical wing, where he and Charizard enter emergency examination and treatment. Ash, Marin, and Sycamore rush to Alain's location. Ash and Marin meet up for the very first time, and the two seem to get along quite nicely. Nurse Joy finishes up and comes out to see the three of them. She explains that Alain and Charizard will be fine, and that all that's needed is some good rest. She does state that she has no idea what caused the two of them to pass out, but she's hoping it has no effects on his or Charizard's bodies. She then says she will sadly have to ask them to leave, as Alain needs time to rest, and she doesn't have the room to allow all of them to stay. The three of them then leave, and Sycamore bursts into tears, calling himself a failure of a father, and saying that all of this is his fault. Alain wouldn't be in this situation if he had just supported his son when he needed his support most. Marin then reassures Sycamore that this is not his fault, and that whatever happened to Alain was entirely out of his control. Ash seconds this, stating that when he and Alain were battling, he felt an overflow of infinity energy throughout his body, and Alain and Charizard most likely passed out because the infinity energy was too much. They then tell Sycamore that no matter what has happened, they can make everything up to Alain once he wakes up, and that they'll be sure to support him all the way. Sycamore wipes away his tears, thanking the two of them for being such good friends, and that his son is lucky to have them both in his life. The three of them then head to sleep, anticipating a confrontation with Alain the next morning. However, once they leave, silhouettes of a group of people enter the medical wing, as all the pieces are now in place, and it's time to achieve their goals. The next morning, Ash and the others are woken up by a panicked Sycamore, who states that Alain has gone missing. Nurse Joy, Marin, and the others are all in states of panic. Where could Alain have possibly gone? Nurse Joy tells them she checked the security cameras, but they were destroyed last night, which leads her to believe that Alain didn't leave of his own volition, but rather he was taken by someone. Before they can look more into Alain's whereabouts, every TV in the stadium turns on, and Lysandre appears on the screen. He's at the top of Lumiose Tower, and beside him is a sleeping Alain.
Hello, people of Kalos. I have a message to deliver to you all. I am Lysandre, the leader of Team Flare. For the last couple of years, we have acted in the shadows as agents of the world's will for change. At last, the day for change has finally come. Allow me to show you the beginning of a new era.
Prism Tower then starts to shake, and the buildings around it start to collapse due to the sudden shaking. Lumiose Tower itself then starts to collapse, and rising from the heart of Kalos is a machine, one that resembles a flower. Ash and the others are shocked and horrified at the sight.
This is the ultimate weapon, a tool for destruction, which long ago created a new age for the world after the Great Kalos War. With the help of my assets, I have resurrected the great weapon. Inside resides Kalos' legendary Pokemon Yveltal, the Angel of Destruction. With its destructive power, the weapon has been fully charged, and in a matter of 5 hours, will unleash an attack that will illuminate the world. This ugly world, full of selfish individuals, will be wiped clean, and a new world will rise up from its ashes, as we are the chosen ones who will lead this world into true prosperity. Enjoy your last moments with your loved ones. That is my last request for this ugly and forsaken world.
Tierno, Trevor, and Shauna appear, informing the others that Team Flare has taken control of the streets of Lumiose City, defending the remains of Prism Tower. The group makes their way outside, where Diantha then appears and asks Sycamore what's going on, knowing that Lysandre is Sycamore's friend. Sycamore tells her he has no clue, but Lysandre needs to be stopped, and he needs to get his son back. The group decides to unleash a full-on assault against Team Flare, with their aim to destroy the ultimate weapon, preventing it from activating. Those who wish to assist them will handle the grunts in the city streets, which include Sawyer, Tierno, Shauna, Trevor, and the remaining members of the Mega Four. Diantha states she'll be going to retrieve reinforcements. Meanwhile, this will give Ash, Marin, and Clement time to infiltrate the Prism Tower. Ash and Marin will go get Alain, while Clement will destroy the ultimate weapon. Just then, Ash spots a familiar figure. It's the old man. It's you. Alain wakes up. He almost feels as if he's awakened from a long dream. His thoughts feel clearer, as if before a dark haze over his mind blinded him from thinking straight. The last thing he remembers was the League. The League? Wait, what happened to his battle with Ash? Where is he? Alain then also realizes his Mega Ring is missing from his wrist, and then stands up and looks around to see none other than the ultimate weapon, and then turns around to see the destroyed Lumiose City, and a look of horror comes over his face.
Beautiful, isn't it? This is the will of the world incarnate, which will carry out the destruction of our awful world and the birth of a new, more beautiful one.
Lysander, what's going on? What is that thing?
That, my boy, is the ultimate weapon, which will soon destroy this world, allowing us to finally move into the future. It will soon annihilate everyone in this world. And then, from the world's ashes, the chosen ones will usher in a new peaceful era.
You're going to destroy everyone? Are you insane?
What are you talking about? How can you not see it, Alain? The filth this world emits, the ugliness that it has. It's like a parasite that has infected every last inch of this world. Now I will cure this world from that parasite. And it's all thanks to you.
That can't be. I would never.
I apologize, Alain, but I'm afraid I've been using you this whole time. The Mega Ring I gave you absorbed the infinity energy from the opponents you defeated, therefore gathering the energy needed to awaken the legendary Pokemon Yveltal from its slumber. The side effect of you wielding such power sadly made you consumed with thoughts of being the strongest, losing your humanity in the process.
No. This can't be. I've been so cold to everyone. Ash, Marin, everyone. To make matters worse, I became that way. All so that you could accomplish finishing this. It's all because of me.
I am truly sorry for using you, Alain, but it was the only way to get to this point. Now let's leave this behind us. I want you to stand by my side and help me build this new world as one of the chosen ones.
What?
Tell me, Alain, do you know what the true nature of mankind is? It's selfishness. All we humans do is take, and take, and take. We have a constant hunger for more than we already have, and this hunger has caused this world to suffer time and time again. 3,000 years ago, this hunger for more caused a great war, and in those 3,000 years, mankind has not changed. I tried to help this world, its people. I wanted to use my inventions to improve the lives of everyone. At first, people were grateful for what I have done, but soon they began to demand more, and more, and more. Their hunger consumed them, and that's when I awakened to the truth of this world. People will do nothing but destroy it, over and over again. All this world's problems is because of them. So the only way to create peace is to eliminate what holds this world back. I will destroy them all, the parasites that infest this world. I will spare nobody mercy. I will ensure that when the sun rises tomorrow, only the ones who will not allow their hunger to consume them may lead this world to peace. This is the only way to a better future.
You're insane. You don't have the right to take away the futures of everyone in this world. I was used by you. There's no changing that. But I can make up for my mistakes here and now. I'll defeat you. And stop this.
How unfortunate. I was hoping, after all we've been through, that you would understand. Fine. I guess I'll have to defeat you and make you watch this world be destroyed. Maybe then, when the world has been purified, will you understand.
Alain sends in Charizard, and Lysander sends out his partner Pokemon, Pyroar and Gyarados. The battle for the world's future has finally begun.
It has been some time, boy.
What are you doing here? Tell me, the ultimate weapon, is it connected to Ragnarok? Is this the destruction you said the world would face?
No, this is only the beginning. The Pokemon inside the great weapon is Yveltal, otherwise known as Ragnarok. You plan to destroy the ultimate weapon, correct? And you believe you will ensure a future for this world by accomplishing this.
What are you trying to say?
I am saying that the future is not ensured. Destroying the weapon means potentially unleashing Yveltal upon this world. If that happens, it will rampage across this world and turn this world into a plane of emptiness. What will you do to counter this?
You're assuming! Right now, what's important is destroying the weapon. We don't have time to worry about this. If this Yveltal is awakened, we'll just stop it.
You are a fool, boy. Yveltal can only be defeated by its equal, Yggdrasil, the legendary Pokemon Cernius. That is the only way. I come to you people now for assistance. Help me awaken Cernius from its slumber.
AZ then explains he knows where Xerneas is sleeping, but he cannot accomplish this alone. Sycamore then states he will go along with him, saying that they can use his helicopter to get to Xerneas' location faster. Serena and Bonnie also decide to go with him, as they believe they'll be more useful doing something like this instead of fighting against Team Flare. AZ thanks them and everyone goes their separate ways. The group then attacks Team Flare, making their way through the streets of Lumiose City, fighting against an army of grunts. Everyone is giving it their absolute all to save the world from the ultimate weapon. Eventually, the group makes it to the base of Prism Tower's remains, and standing in the way of them is the scientists of Team Flare. They say they cannot allow anyone to interfere with Lysandre's dream, and that this is as far as they go. The remaining members of the group, Ash, Marin, and Clement, then engage in a battle between them, but they are outnumbered as more Team Flare grunts start to surround them. Just then, a Blaze Kick knocks a bunch of the grunts' Pokemon out, and Blaziken Mask appears. The remaining members of the Mega Four then make their way to the tower's base. Ash is grateful for this, as they head towards the ultimate weapon. The three of them then enter the tower, and Clement states he'll be going to handle destroying the weapon, but that they need to focus on rescuing Alain. Ash and Marin thank Clement and they go their separate ways. Clement then finds Clembot, who somehow survived the tower's collapse. Clembot then leads Clement to the main control room of the weapon, and there stands Team Flare's head scientist, Xerosic. After climbing up Prism Tower's rubble, Ash and Marin finally make it to where the ultimate weapon resides. When they reach the top, they find none other than Alain and Charizard taking on Lysander. Charizard is struggling to hold his own against both Pyroar and Gyarados. Ash then sends in Greninja, who is able to knock back the two Pokemon. Alain, are you okay?
Ash. Marin. You're here. Look,
We can talk later! Right now, let's just focus on taking Lysander down! Together, Ash and Greninja are able to gain the upper hand against Lysander's two Pokemon, but Lysander seems very confident in himself as he begins to laugh.
You both are magnificent. No wonder you made it to the finals. Ash, your Greninja, it will surely benefit my new world.
Greninja and I will never stand by you! Who are you to decide whether this world lives or dies? You can't decide the future! That should be left up to everyone in this world to decide!
The people in this world do not understand the truth. Therefore, they cannot bring forth the future this world desires. That is a right only for the chosen ones.
You and your goons are no chosen ones! You're just people who wish to take away the lives of many innocent people and Pokemon! You talk as if humanity is all selfish and evil. Sure, there are some bad people in this world, but there are so many good people too! I won't let you just steal away all of their futures!
You brat, how dare you talk to me like you understand? If anything, you should be thanking me for granting you your power to begin with.
Ash is confused by this, but Lysander then evilly explains his entire process of recreating the ultimate weapon. He had learned of the ultimate weapon from legends and swore to himself he would restore it, and bring forth a new era of peace. He started experimenting with infinity energy as a potential energy source for the ultimate weapon. He created a process where he would extract the infinity energy from Mega Evolved Pokemon and then place that energy in a Pokemon that could not Mega Evolve to see what it would do. The energy would make the Pokemon go on a rampage, and the Pokemon would fight each other until they could no longer stand. After using this research, they were able to come to the conclusion that infinity energy could be used to amplify a Pokemon's power, and that's exactly what they needed to awaken Yveltal, the perfect power source for the ultimate weapon, from its slumber. However, the energy cannot be achieved simply by extraction. They needed a large quantity of energy, which would be collected by Alain's Mega Ring. The more Alain succeeded in battle, the more energy he would consume, until they had all the energy they needed to awaken Yveltal and power up the ultimate weapon. Lysander then explains that Ash's Greninja was one of the Pokemon he had experimented on. Due to the infinity energy stored in Greninja from the experiments, he was able to become a far stronger Pokemon, and once he had formed an everlasting bond with a trainer, the energy inside him allowed Greninja to transform into a new form with characteristics of the one it's bonded to. Through his experiments, Lysandre was essentially able to create a new Mega Evolution. You monster! You made all those people and Pokemon suffer for this! I refuse to let you continue to use this world's people and Pokemon to accomplish your own selfish goals! I'll end you here and now, Lysander! For the sake of our future, For the sake of tomorrow!
Try if you like, but your desire for this world's tomorrow will be destroyed by this world's true desire for a new age.
Lysander then activates his Mega Ring, which looks very similar to the machines used by Team Flare during their experiments. The energy then spreads to Gyarados and Pyroar, who becomes consumed by a sinister energy, and Gyarados then becomes surrounded by a bright purple light. And Mega evolves. Ash and Alain prepare themselves. The final battle is upon them. Clement continues to fight against Xeroxic's Pokemon, coming down to Clement's Mega Ampharos and Xerosic's Crobat. The battle is intense, but eventually Ampharos is able to defeat Crobat. Xerosic falls to the ground defeated, and Clement goes to destroy the ultimate weapon. However, Clement can't seem to find a way to deactivate the weapon. Xerosic then starts to chuckle as he explains the only way to destroy the weapon is to get rid of its power source, its infinity energy. While Yveltal may be its main power source, the weapon is also charged by an abundant amount of infinity energy, and without that, the weapon would cease to function. No person or Pokemon could possibly contain all that energy. Clement is at a loss. What can they possibly do? And this is where Clembot tells Clement he will absorb all the energy. Clement stands against this, telling Clembot he'll surely destroy himself if he goes through with this. Clembot tells him that this is the only way, and that's how he'll make up for his previous mistakes. He lives to help his master, and there's no better honor than destroying himself to help ensure a future for the person who created him. Clement reluctantly attaches Clembot to the weapon's main power cord, and Clembot begins to absorb all the infinity energy, and Clement watches in horror as Clembot explodes, destroying himself and the infinity energy that he absorbed. Ash and Alain continue to fight Lysander. His Pokemon are strong, but Greninja, Pikachu, and Charizard are holding their own. Eventually, Pyroar and Mega Gyarados are defeated by the trio of Pokemon, and Lysander returns them. A few moments after this, the light from the ultimate weapon goes out, and the weapon ceases to function. We did it!
The ultimate weapon. It's no longer working.
Clement, you did it! Because of you, we have a future. It's over, Lysander. Your weapon has been destroyed. Your Pokemon have been defeated. Accept your defeat! Just then, the entire tower then begins to shake as the ultimate weapon then starts to self-destruct. It's almost as if something inside is trying to break free.
You are old fools. You have condoned this world to a new era, but not one of life. You have doomed this world.
What are you talking about? Ashton remembers what the old man said about Yveltal, and then his face becomes one of horror. Ragnarok.
Good. You understand. The world will become lifeless, nothing will exist, and an endless void will take the place of the world you know now. My dream of a beautiful world has been taken from me, but at least I'll leave this world knowing all you parasites who have done nothing but destroy each other will cease to exist.
Lysander then approaches the edge of the tower. Alain goes to stop him, but Lysander jumps off, and his life comes to an end. Alain and Ash look up at the deactivated weapon as its destruction approaches. Alain, whatever comes out of that weapon, we have to stop it, no matter what!
Got it. Let's go.